Alhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to the first session, lesson 1, part 1. In this session we will begin with lesson number 1, which I have uploaded to the library. You may download that lesson 1 and follow along with us bi'idhnillah. But before we move on, there's a few things I need to tell you. Number 1, in the Arabic language, how many letters are there? If you say 28, you are correct. If you say 29, you are correct. But you need to understand what each of those mean. "28" or 29. Now, why 28 or 29? You have to understand that there are 28 letters with sounds. 28 letters have sounds. And there's one letter that does not have a sound. It is used for stretch purposes in the Arabic language. To stretch a sound from amongst these 28 letters, it is used to stretch. Merely to used to stretch. So there are in total 29 letters, but the sound letters are only 28 letters. And by the way, the one letter that does not have a sound, that is the first letter in the Arabic language, which is alif. Alif, which looks like that. Okay, so this is the first thing you need to understand. There are 28 letters that have sounds, but in total, so we will say this one here, 29 in total. Okay. Also, you need to understand that there are heavy sounds in the Arabic language and there are light sounds. What do you mean by heavy sounds and light sounds? You will see that practically as we begin our first lesson. But first thing you need to know is that the difference between heavy sound and light sound is that light sound, for the light sound, the sound comes out of the mouth. Right? Sound comes out of the mouth. Okay. For example, if you say the word cat, in English you say cat, ka, ka, ka. You didn't say caught, caught. You say cat. So you see the difference between light and heavy? You say cat and aw, like the word awesome, aw, cat, awesome, cat, awesome, right? So the light sound is like this, and heavy sound, you can tell what the heavy sound is. For the heavy sound, the sound remains in the mouth. The sound remains in the mouth, and the mouth is full, right? Mouth is full of sound. See? Oh, right? As for the light sound, right? So these light sounds and they are heavy sounds, right? Following that, let's move on to our first lesson. Bismillah. Now this is our first lesson. On top, it has the Bismillah. Remember we said one of the rules? Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. If you don't know how to say it, don't worry, just try. Bismillah, Bismillahir Rahman, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Right? In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the bestower of mercy. Okay? Now, these are the Arabic letters. As you can see, these are all of the Arabic letters, starting from Alif all the way down to Ya. All these are Arabic letters. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's how many? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And if you actually look, 26, 27, 28, 29. These two are actually the same, right? They are the same. Okay. Now we will begin learning these letters, inshallah. Don't worry about what is in green and red. This basically in green, it is the number of the lesson. Ad-Dars al-Awwal means the first lesson. Huruf al-Hija al-Mufrada. In red is the content of the lesson, so it's telling you what is inside the lesson. These are individual Arabic letters. Main important thing is to know how to read, right? So let's begin, inshallah. Here you see each box has one individual letter. Number 1, we have the first letter, Alif. Here in red, right? We will begin shortly, but in red here you have the name of the letter, right? And in black, these are the actual shapes of the letters. We'll begin, and you just follow. We begin, you just follow, inshallah. Okay? The first letter is here, it's a line, right? You say after me, Alif, 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 Alif. That's the first letter. Next letter, right, is the letter Ba. Now you see the letter Ba, if you look at the name of it, it ends with Alif. We said the Alif is used for what? Does it have a sound? No, it is the only letter that doesn't have a sound, but it is used for stretch. So you see the letter, this letter, the sound is B, comes from the lips. B. It is elongated, it is stretched because of the Alif following it. So, Ba, 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 Ba. You see the sound is light sound. I say Bo. I say Ba, like bath. Ba, Ba. Alif, Ba, Alif, Ba, Alif, Ba, Alif, Ba. The next letter has 2 dots on top of it. Also ends with Alif. So you're going to make it long. Comes from when you put the frontal part of your tongue behind the upper teeth. Ta, ta. Solid. Keep it solid. Ta, ta, ta. What you don't want to do is you don't want to spit it out or cough it out. Excuse me. You want to keep it solid. Press your tongue behind the teeth. Ta, ta, ta. Alif, Ba, Ta. Alif, Ba, Ta. Alif, Ba, Ta. Very good. Next letter. It has 3 dots on top of it. It actually comes when you bring your tongue out, right, against the upper teeth. And you're going to let the wind come out from between the teeth and the tongue. Look. And with Alif, make it long. Light sound also. It's a soft S. Fa. Very important to bring the tongue. If you're not bringing out the tongue, if it's not coming from this part of the tongue, then it is wrong. Fa. 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 Alif. ba, ta, fa, alif, ba, ta, fa. Okay? Alif, ba, ta, fa. Very good. So we got 4 letters down. Moving on to the next letter. Some letters, they're grouped together, they look alike, but you see the dots, they differentiate them. So you need to make sure you watch that out. Watch out for that. See, ba for bottom. You see, ba has a dot on the bottom. Ta on the top. Ta has 2 dots on the top, and fa has 3 dots. Ba bottom, ta top, fa 3 dots on the top. Okay, so you have alif, ba, ta, and fa. Next letter is different. 1, 2, 3. They look different now. This next letter is it comes from the middle of the tongue. Middle of the tongue, touching the front palate and top roof. Right? You have the J sound in English. J sound. J, as you would say, gym. But this has a ya in the middle. There's a 2 dotted letter in the middle. That is actually for also used for stretch purpose, even though it has other purposes. Right? You're going to say it long. Jim. That's the sound, right? Jim. Don't say Jim. Make it long. Jim. As do that meme sound, M sound. Jim. Okay. Alif, ba, ta, fa, jim. Alif, ba, ta, fa, jim. Alif, ba, ta, fa, jim. Okay, we got 5 letters down. Okay, now next letter. The next letter looks like Jim, but has no dot. Jim has dot on the bottom, but this has no dot. Okay. Now this letter is also a light letter, and with alif, So you're going to make it long. Comes from the middle of the throat. The middle of the throat. Okay. My beard is blocking. Okay. The middle of the throat. Okay. Now this letter is a strong letter, so the sound has to be strong. Okay. Make it long because the alif, like this. You see that sound? You have to actually process the wind before it comes out of your mouth. You don't just say no, right? But you feel it in the middle of your throat. Right? It's a bit tough, but you can get it through practice. Alif, ba, ta, fa, jim, ha. Alif, ba, ta, fa, jim, ha. Next letter. It's the first heavy letter. You're going to pronounce it heavy. It comes from the top part of the throat. You see, the throat has 3 parts. Your throat has 3 parts. The middle is where ha comes from, right? Ha. Now, the top part of the throat, you feel in the back of the mouth. Top part of the throat, you feel in the back of the mouth. Okay? Here. Alright, all the way is top part, look. Dry part of the throat. As with alif, make it long, but it's heavy sound, not light. Kha, 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 kha. You see how I'm keeping the sound inside the mouth? It's heavy. I don't say kha, kha. I say kha, 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 kha. Compared to the other letters that had ba, ta, fa, ha, kha. Heavy sound stay in the mouth. Alif, ba, ta, fa, jim, ha, kha. Okay? Now, I think we should stop this session here. This is going to be first session. Take it light. It might be a bit tiring because it needs energy from you. But before the next session, again, master these letters. We only covered 5, 6, 7 letters. So if you cover these 7 letters and you master them before you come in, move on, inshallah, to the next few letters next, and then we're going to conclude the lesson. Again, remember, this is the most important lesson. If you don't master this, don't expect you to be reading Arabic perfectly, okay? This is the foundation, okay? The letters. Every book that you open in Arabic, the Quran, anything, it is made of these letters. So you need to master this lesson before you move on to the next lessons. We're going to end it here. See you in the next session. We will move on to the following letters. Again, practice. Assalamu alaikum.